So, this is you, desperately trying to fall asleep in the middle of the night, checking the time over and over again. You just can't sleep. So, according to WebMD, 28% of Americans suffered from insomnia in 2022. So, I made a list of 8 things you can do to improve your sleep and the quality of your life overall. First up, we got daylight and sunlight. You may be asking yourself, why can you just be in a really bright room in the mornings? But that's sadly not the case. And this is because of luxes, baby. So with luxes, we can measure the intensity of light. For example, if you go outside on a really sunny day, it's about 30,000 luxes. On a cloudy day, it's about 10 to 15,000 luxes. And you may be asking like, but what about this really bright office room? Unfortunately, it's only 500 to 1,000 luxes to the max. That's it, and you're not getting any more. So from this example, we can see like daylight and sunlight are really important keys for your like internal clock, I guess. And really try to get that in. Like each morning, like even go for a little small walk or something, and it will help you massively. The next part is exercise.
Alrighty, let's start with a stretch. And down.
You don't have to go that crazy, but you get the message, and can't stress this enough. Like I've been saying this throughout all my videos all the time, and you don't have to do much. You basically like 5 minutes a day is enough to get like a good night's sleep. So yoga, walking around, push-ups, even jogging or running, whatever gets you going, your blood pumping, that will do. And it turns out like that people who struggle sleeping, they have really high cortisol levels in the nighttime, and that is not good. On the other hand, people who are actually like exercising at least 5 minutes a day, they usually get these high cortisol levels in the morning, and it will like gradually go down during the daytime, and it will improve your sleep quality a lot. The next one is eating. So from time to time, we all like to binge in front of the TV and eat our favorite munchies like peanut butter or jello or whatever. But that is not good for your sleep, and here's why. So the basic rule is you can't eat 3 hours before bedtime, and this is because your body can't rest. Your heart rate is up and your body continues working all the time, and it just cannot get the rest it needs. So overall, just avoid eating like 3 hours before bedtime, especially like heavy and fatty foods, and your body will love you for it. Avoid screens before bedtime. This is a really tough one. Like, what the hell am I supposed to do then?
You serious?
So here are some things you can do to avoid this blue light, what essentially arouses the brain and gets your neurons firing. Exactly the opposite you want to happen. For example, I usually in my nighttime, I just journal a bit, then I think about, I plan out my next day, and then I read a book, and that's basically it. Then an hour has gone by and I go to bed. So the next one, avoid caffeine and alcohol. This is a big one for me. I actually struggled in the past with alcohol. I did a whole video on it. So if you cut down on caffeine and alcohol altogether, even by a little bit, it will help a lot. So lots of people are saying that caffeine doesn't affect their sleep at all. Like they can have like a cup of coffee right before bedtime and all is good for them. At least it seems that way. So there are 2 things you should know about coffee. You shouldn't drink it right after you wake up. Like wait like 2 or 3 hours and then drink it. And stop drinking it like 4 to 5 hours before you go to bed. So the second thing is alcohol, and this is a really dangerous drug. I cannot stress this enough. So alcohol is a sedative and it makes you feel really sleepy, but the key word here is feel. So when you chug down a beer before bedtime or even like a glass of wine, it may feel like you're falling asleep, but actually you're like disrupting your REM sleep. You wake up and you don't remember that you woke up in the middle of the night, but you did, and you won't feel rested at all.
It's hard.
So the next one is kind of short and simple, and it's don't snooze. I'm especially guilty of this because I used to have like 20 alarms in the morning or something, and that actually really disrupts your sleep. Like especially in the morning time, you don't need as much. Just set one alarm to the time when you actually have to wake up and you'll do fine. So the thing with many alarms is like during this time when you have these alarms going off, you're actually just shocking yourself and you're not sleeping at all. So a tip I can give is set another alarm for bedtime, like 30 minutes before bedtime maybe, or whatever you need to get your stuff in order before bed. And that will actually help like build a habit over time. And again, your sleep will thank you for it. The next one is routine. So remember this, like sleep is not like a credit system. You cannot pay it back.
This is a lot of credit card debt. Yeah, tell me about it.
So try to get like consistent sleep throughout the week and avoid like social jet lagging, I suppose. If you actually want to improve your sleep, you're going to have to tell no to a couple of like late night evenings out, drinking wine at 2 a.m. You will thank yourself for it later because your sleep will improve. And lastly from my list is Blackout. So basically this point is about the environment around you. Like try to make it as dark as possible, use curtains. It's actually better if you have like darker walls in your bedroom. Try to avoid technology, all kind of lights, like even little blinking lights in your room and like screens, like laptops and even TVs if you have them in your bedroom. Also, if possible, you can use like eye masks and earplugs. They will help as well. I use an eye mask every night and this is really, really good. So you will like eliminate all distractions that you can. So yeah, try to apply these points to your life. They're actually not as time consuming as you would think and quite easy to achieve. And thanks for having me.